this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing, the opposition ain't. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial.
Coach, on the eastern edge of the D.C. metro area in Landover, Maryland. That's where we are situated at FedEx Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Washington Redskins. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Play action. Haskins. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay An 80-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. That good for 19 and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 4. There he goes, right side. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. 6-6. So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
Down.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Watch, twist.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Locke. Buying time to his left. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And the Redskins scoop it. Oh, he's got a little daylight.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's go, defense. Let's go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
36, 36. Wide, get wide. Switch. Kill.
They go play action now. Haskins. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down. So now on 4th down, the Redskins will hand things over to their kicker, Dustin Hopkins. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Hopkins' kick is good. And they take the lead here as it's now 9-6. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 30, 10, 5, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's the Redskins in possession of the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They go back to the ground, this time Barber. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Bringing him to the ground defensively, Tedrick Thompson. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I'm going to come back to you.
2nd down, Haskins. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
27, Mike, 27. Now watch one. Back. Check him. Watch the ship.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. A 55-yard attempt, normally you'd say well within his range. Little surprised he came up short.
And he knew it immediately, didn't he? They are so calibrated, aren't they? They can tell the touch, the feel. When they put the foot to the ball, whether it's going to be good or not, he knew immediately he didn't have that one.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
70, Indy. Rock it.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Flushed out right. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. Able to avoid him. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. Now a play fake here on 1st down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Phillip Lindsay on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos push further out in front. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. So he missed his first 2, but this time it's good, and that'll extend the lead. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold it.
And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Montez Sweat able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Locke going to throw. Flush to his right. He'll run it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision. Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, He says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
Here's Geis, and he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 6-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop him with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. 3rd down, here's Haskins. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And from down in Miami, an update. The Jets out to an early lead over the Dolphins. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Being chased out left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. A final shot before half for Locke. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On 2nd and 9, Locke escaping the pressure right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep, and that's caught inside the 30. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 54 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
He will push his way down to about the 14.
Now that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Block now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Drew Lock, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Okay, ready. Mike's 47. Night, sweetheart. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Watch twist.
From midfield now, Haskins flushed out right. And incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff now to Geis. Now Geis stripped. He lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
47 Mike, 47. Watch the run. 47.
They go play action with Haskins. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
First and 10 at
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's got room. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Going for it all. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up with that.
Haskins hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough.
Dustin Hopkins on for the field goal. A 40-yard attempt.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On first down, right back to Lindsey. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe this.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Sean Davis with a pick. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace. The Redskins on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Check 50.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They're going on 4th down. Haskins, open man here, Sims complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Haskins now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Haskins on 1st down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be a 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Haskins, that's caught by Trey Quinn. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give the Redskins 13 there and a 1st down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. A Redskin 1st down. The pickup 15 yards. Haskins now 9 of 17 through the air. Now Haskins. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the 1st, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are back within a single score. This time, the extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Here's Lindsey. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Oh, boy, I know you felt that one. I know you felt that one.
The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Now it's Haskins. And that's complete. It's Sims. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Got you, boy. Hatch it. Check it backer, check it backer. Yeah, Jim. You got it. Oh, 27, Mike. 27.
Haskins to throw. He gets it into the arms of Parker. Complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. He's back to throw. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets... And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
We can't be stopped.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Set, ready? 30 base. 56. Leo.
On 1st down, Lindsey. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. A lot going to throw it here. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. Electrifying finish to have it down inside the 10-yard line. That final shot, though, they couldn't get it in the end zone, and that's all she wrote.
And they had the final shot. The last snap taken that close to the end zone. They don't get it in, so they'll regret that. But flip it over, making a stand in that portion of the field, congratulations to them.
So for Denver, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.